UKIP have got used to being looked down on, but this weekend in Margate they've been setting their sights high. They've a certain right to feel buoyant. It's not that long ago that spring conference would attract just enough members to fill a modest room. Now their leader attracts the kind of press attention reserved for the A-list. Then again, perhaps that was because not many people have seen him in a while. He's appeared to have disappeared. Their polling numbers appear to be down since November. And a documentary gave one of their now ex-members enough airtime to demonstrate she was both UKIP and thoroughly racist, and enough distaste that some potential voters were scared off.
Unfortunately, it probably did. I have to accept that realistically, but it's not UKIP. Let's not also forget that programme was perhaps an exception, but there is a unit within the Conservative Party doing its best to dig dirt on UKIP members, supporters, anyone.
Whatever the case, in the past few months, Westminster's watchers have been asking if UKIP's peaked too soon.
I think actually they started to lose momentum after the Rochester by-election. I mean, obviously they won that, but they won it by a relatively tight margin. And if you recall, everybody was predicting that by-election would be the trigger for a lot more defections and a big shift of support towards UKIP. And it hasn't really panned out like that.
And then there's Nigel. Has he gone from Farage to fragile?
And it's said that I'm seriously ill, and that's why I've not been seen. Well, can I, and I know this will disappoint my opponents, but can I please tell everybody now and make it clear that rumours of my demise have been greatly exaggerated.
Nigel Farage is doing what he does best, rabble-rousing his troops ahead of an election. But this election for UKIP and for Nigel Farage won't be won on a stage in Thanet, but on the doorsteps. That seat is so important to the party that, as one senior official told me, that's half our campaign.
We are the only party.
Which might be a problem because the People's Army is peopled with extravagant expectation. They cannot see anything but that political earthquake they want, and their vision of seat numbers grows almost out of control.
At least 40. Yold said 50, something around that mark. Yeah.
I'd like to think as many as possible.
This election's open for anything. I just have a feeling it's definitely going to be over 7, 40, who knows? I think it's open for the take-ins.
I'm going to be one of these oddballs that says I'd like to think about 70 or 80.
Anybody who tells you that he's got any idea what's going to happen in the general election is actually fooling himself or you. The best people to ask are the bookies, I think.
But it's an odd task, raising hopes and being realistic.
It's one of the most difficult things in politics to manage the expectation of the members and keep them enthused as well. And we've got to be realistic. We can't go back to, say, for example, 2004 when we finished third in the European elections and we had people in the party running around saying we're going to win the general election in 2005. There was complete pie in the sky.
UKIP think they're still on the rise and their opponents on a flight of fancy thinking it could all come crashing down. But it's ballot papers that will really decide if they can ride the political tide or are swallowed up and washed away.